All right, welcome back to the studio. Now this is the other video of putting in the line faders, the Innofader line faders. As I was saying on the last video, I took out the regular stock faders, the regular line faders that came with the Mixars Duo 2. Took those out, just a simple connection, 4-pin connection. The wire inside that these hook up to was real short. It's actually long, but they got it pent up in there. They got a little clamp holding the wire out, and you probably have to take it apart from under it to snap the little clamp that's holding the wire in. But if you got big fingers, I got big fingers, I still was able to maneuver and get it in there. But you got a 3-pin, you got a 4-pin connector from the Innofader, but in this right here is a 3-pin that's coming from the mixer. So they got an adapter like this. They got a 4-pin to a 3-pin adapter. So what I'm saying is they got a 3-pin adapter right here for the cable right here. It has 4-pin up here to hook up to the Innofader, but the bottom piece is 3-pin. Now it won't stay in. It's kind of hard to stay in. It'll slide out. So what I did, I just wrapped it with some electrical tape real tight, so it's in there. And they made it kind of difficult for that, you know what I'm saying, to get to that wire, but you can get to it. So we got big fingers, I got big fingers, big hands. I was able to get in there and maneuver it around. But the thing is, if you just connect it together, it's not going to stay. So you have to put some electrical tape around there. So that's what I did. And I just hooked up the 4-pin connector to the 4-pin connection on the Innofader. So this is an Innofader Duo. So you get the two. I bought the two for $99. You get them from Guitar Center or whatever. So I hooked that up. Now, when I'm putting this back in, I used the same faceplate that came off the original. This metal piece right here, I used the original faceplate. It fits perfect. Just the same as I did here on the crossfader, the original faceplate. But the thing on the crossfader, the faceplate on the crossfader is going to sit kind of low. So when you put the faceplate on here, this faceplate, the crossfader is not going to be all the way up through here. So what I had to do was, they give you some little washers just in case. I don't know if you can see these washers here. So I use like four washers on each side of the screws that I put in. So the little screws that you take out to hold the crossfader in, you got to put these little washers. They fit right through the screw. You put them through four on each one. So I had to take my time and stack these up. Stack them up 4 in a row or whatever. I don't know if you can see it. Like I said, it's kind of hard to see. But just stack them up 4 in a row. Took 4 of them. 4 on each side. 4 on that side, 4 on that side. Stuck the screws in there. Tightened them up. And it brought the crossfader up high enough where I can put the faceplate on there. And then put the knobs on there. So that worked. That's the only thing about that. So they come with a whole bunch of different faceplates, but the faceplates are either too small or too big, or the holes don't line up when you put the screws in. So I used the original faceplate from the Mixars, and the original faceplates from the Mixars on the line faders too. So got the connections in, and that was it. Hooked it up, put the lines back in there. I mean the screws back in here, line it up, and you're good to go. I didn't have to do any adjustments on the on either fader because they already come stock and ready to go. But if you got a certain kind of adjustment that you want to make, you can make your certain kind of adjustments, whatever. They give you the instructions on how to do it. Real simple, wasn't nothing hard about it. Took me to put all 3 of them in, take them out and everything. It took about 15 minutes. Which is not long. So that was it. So put those in there, make sure those kind of tight. All of them kind of tight. Put the faceplate back on. And put the screws back on, and then I'm gonna put the caps back on. As you can see, that doesn't stick out too far, but it stick out far enough where I can put the the cap on there and it'll work. Which cap is it? Yeah. So there you go. So now I got the Innofaders, 3 Innofaders in here. Took the Galileo out. The Galileo was cool, don't get me wrong, but the Innofader is just a little bit crispier and a little bit sharper. This one right here does have a lot of more how can I say it? The adjustment is you can make on these right here is more. You got a variety more adjustments to make on here, but the Innofader is crispier, so I had to get that. Plus, I could adjust the tension on the Innofader crossfader, and that was my biggest thing. It was too loose for me. I needed something a little bit, give me a little bit tension to it, a little bit of resistance. So yeah, there you have it. So now I'm gonna put the screws back in, hook it up, but then you're gonna see. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and give y'all a taste of it. Let's just see how it sounds. Just to let y'all know, I'm trying to get it's working good. And let y'all see how crispy it sounds. Now you know that's crispy when you can transform on a snare. See how sharp that is? This one I might have to do a little more adjusting to. Take it out and just adjust it.
You've been improved. You practiced this time. Come on. Yeah.